What is going on, everyone? My name is Voigt and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the right side of the map in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is Ayah. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Oranos as well, is GreenSeaSquash. The map is Midgard. GreenSeaSquash won the first game in this best of, I don't know how long it is, series. It's 1-0 currently. And we will see what happens. What's going to be different in this game? Midgard is such a perplexing, difficult game for so many different reasons for Atlantean. A big one is that Atlanteans, there hasn't been a huge amount of build order innovation, shall I say. Oh my god, that fish is amazing though. I can fit it on one screen fully zoomed in. That's how crazy that is. My god. How's the GreenSeaSquashes? Oh my god. They both have this. Can I get this in my games, please? Or is this a 2.0 exclusive? So this was played on 2.0 back in the day. So maps were a bit different back then, and I've got no idea what I can't help you with the with what the changes are. I've got no idea. I don't think I was really playing Titans back then, but that's absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anyways, so like I was saying, there hasn't been a lot of build order innovation for Atlanteans on the water. So it's either going to be a 4-minute rush, or it's going to be a 4:30 sort of either rush or kind of defense or whatever you want to call it. Basically, either go 4 minutes or 4:30. We haven't actually seen very much 5-minute advance time or 5-minute 05:05 advance time with 20 fish, which is definitely a thing for Atlantean. Something that I think it's faster than any other civilization can get to the classical age with that many fishing ships as well. And I'm not sure if it's just bad or if you get too much value out of advancing fast, which is why everyone does it, or what. But I do think that it's a potential good strategy on a map like Midgard, which is so big, where the early aggression doesn't do all too much, because generally speaking it's safe resource. Like you can see this wood line here, you're never going to push off that. This gold mine here with a mana over, like a mana here and a temple over here as well, will block this off, so you can't really get into there either. So that's a thing. Idle fishing ship is not known there for our bud. Whereas Ayah slightly further in front. Temple coming up. Yep, it's going to be a standard advance time now for Ayah. And GreenSeaSquash is looking to do the same. You may have to dump some fish. You're still building the fishing ships though. I think normally you go up to 9, and there is the advance time. As the fishing ships drop off their resources, Prometheus coming in. Ayah going through Prometheus as well, good 10% in front. And then we do see a couple more fish getting pushed out here. Probably could have gone this way though. Look at that fish, all the fish is so close to each other. This is so interesting, because you can just chuck the dock up on the next set of fish and you get such a good amount of fish there. I wonder why they changed away from this, because this is almost better than the way that, I don't know. What do you guys reckon? Do you reckon this sort of a map layout on Midgard is better than the current iterations of Midgard? So where the fishes are very spread out, you get 3 here, you get 2 here, you get 3 over here, you get 3 here, and it's really spread out. Like, what do you guys reckon? We are seeing a lot of fish getting built out while we're advancing to the next age. I think this is kind of the boomy style advance time that we're kind of talking about, but it's still only 10 fishing ships here, not the 20 that I was talking about. We do see an immediate valor onto the oracles. I think both players did this, sitting them at home. That's amazing. They both play this exactly the same. Do they both build 10 fishing ships? Oh, GreenSeaSquash has got 11. Super interesting that they both just went, well, I'm just going to make some Prometheans. We've got the counterbarracks going up. Do we see any no archer ships coming out for Ayah or for GreenSeaSquash? Both players just pumping the units out. We see the Promethean offsprings coming in. GreenSeaSquash opted to keep his alive while this is happening, spotting out the military buildings there. I don't think GreenSeaSquash has spotted anything, and he's just happy to sit in his base and just kind of chill with what he's got. And we'll see what he can do, but I think he may have enough for a third military building here. Promethean Offspring still doing some more damage over here. Oracle Hero coming over, and the villager is getting retreated. You can just run back to the straggler trees there if you want. We do see some bareems getting built into the docks at this point. Is that something that Ayah's doing? No, none of that. Spamming out those units. They're a little bit out of position as the army for GreenSeaSquash is moving in. This is a very exposed medium gold mine here, and going after this this military barracks could be a really good idea. And we do see the termites both missing each other there. Very funny. They're both very inaccurate. You see a shockwave coming in. That's a huge shockwave. Going to be picking off a bunch of these units, trying to pick off the Prometheans. But the longer you wait on getting your Prometheans, the better in this matchup. Because you have to pick off the heroes. If you can pick off the heroes and then build your Prometheans, you're going to win fights very, very well. Or at the very least, force out a lot of resources into hero units. And Ayah just chilling at the moment, or pushing as GreenSeaSquash is chilling, I should say, into his base with all of these units. He is casting Valor. Feels good, and Ayah is pushing. But, still not seeing anything done with these. Oh, there they are. The bareems, they're coming in. They're going to be pushing off this fish here. And the Prometheans? Nope, does not die. And these units will be retreating. Getting out of there. And some bareem getting built now for Ayah, but he needs to be underneath this dock here in order to fight this. You kind of get the advantage if you can. And now he's got enough bareem to defend. He should be able to win. There's a shockwave coming in for GreenSeaSquash, who's moving forward, and he's got the heroes targeting down those myth units. This is not the best fight right now for Ayah. At least I don't think it is. You can never really tell in these Oranos fights because just looks so bizarre because of all the units you have. And you see those Terma doing some real nice work, and Ayah has decided that he needs to get out of here. It's only 83 population to 108, so GreenSeaSquash quite far ahead on the population. But he has lost some of those bareems there, as now Ayah going to be chasing those around. And he's going to be needing to play catch up here, making some Carabalsa. Smart move there, but this gold mine very exposed, and GreenSeaSquash knows it, and he's going to be going for some sort of gold star here, especially when this gold is gone, because all those gold mines kind of all over the map. It's going to be very easy to gold starve. The watchtowers are being forced out as well. You can just retreat off this now if you want, and just play for a gold star, because this gold mine's got 280 gold left in it. And that is kind of what GreenSeaSquash has decided to do right now. But the bareem for Ayah getting chased down, but they're speedy ships. They're not the most accurate either, I think. Wait, are they? Track rating of 10. They are very accurate. I tell a lie. As opposed to the track rating of a medium term, which is only 5. Village is moving forward. I don't think it's a bad idea to throw up some watchtowers here, just to make sure you don't lose this situation. Settlement going up for GreenSeaSquash. And this map looks awfully mirrored as well. Kind of. Yeah, this is like mirrored fish. That's hilarious. Is it even just... Oh, it's just like an exactly mirrored map. 1, 2, 3. No, the gold mines aren't mirrored. The gold mines are not mirrored. Everything else is. The town centers are mirrored. Gold mines are spread out. The trees are spread out normally. Wow, the fish is mirrored. That's funny. Oh, it's not quite mirrored. These ones are different. The more you know.
Scopus?
I mean, this could feasibly be spawned. This sort of map could feasibly be spawned, I think, with a random enough map with enough iterations of the seed. I don't know. Maybe it can't. I don't know. Town Center now coming up for Ayah. He's a little bit behind GreenSeaSquash on this. And he's just going to be going to the next age here. Maybe making a push in the mythic, or a push to the heroic age, or push to the mythic age. We're not seeing Fair as the god of choice here. And Ayah is nowhere close, as these raids from GreenSeaSquash are huge. Are gigantic right now.
Scopus?
Now, Ayah checking out the town center here. GreenSeaSquash, 45% through Thea. He's going to be retreating here, but wild. Caraballister, well, he's kind of in a bad position. Half of his units here aren't fighting, but the Caraballister do so much damage, forcing GreenSeaSquash back. Meanwhile, these Barim here are just raiding everywhere. I love this from GreenSeaSquash, just getting 3 or 4 of those archer ships out and just causing a ruckus. And there's the Thea for GreenSeaSquash. We'll see what he can do with it. Jumping down to Palace immediately. I think the oh god, that's an aggressive Hesperid's tree. He's going to be making some Dryads, and he will need them. The Caraballister are going to be able to clean up a lot of these medium Omulos, but the Symphalian Birds hitting them, and then a Shockwave as well. This is going to be huge for him, and now Ayah is lost this fight while GreenSeaSquash is pushing him back. Ayah has grabbed his 3rd town center though, which probably will mean that GreenSeaSquash will try and follow up with his own, or he will just like he could try and jump straight to the next stage, just spending all of his resources though. I'm not sure. I mean, he can probably take this town center down. I mean, there's just so many Caraballister here, though. Watchtower coming up. This is a big attack right now for GreenSeaSquash. If you can get in here and pick off these Caraballister with his Dryads, a nice Shockwave there to push them off. Watchtower coming up as well. More units flooding in for GreenSeaSquash. He's going to be going for it here. Pick off as many units as he possibly can and then pick off the gold mine. But the watchtowers here, there's no crenellations, but it won't matter because there's no cavalry in this army. Ayah sitting at 135 population, 117 population for GreenSeaSquash, who has to retreat. Still not getting that 2nd town center. His upgrades are looking like he's only got shaft mine. And Ayah, on the other hand, has got a bow sword, not bow sword, hand axe and pickaxe. So a little bit better income for GreenSeaSquash.
Scopus?
Now the units of Ayah retreating yet again. So he cannot really fight against these Dryads. And like I said in the last game, these Dryads are kind of sort of worth 3 population, even though they cost 0 population. Just because of their stats. Compare them to, say, a Hippocon, for example, costs 3 population. It does about the same as like a heavy Hippocon. That's my guess. Roughly has a bit better armor. Maybe I'm wrong. Not sure. Franco going in, or Ayah going in with the raid right now. Easy retreat for these citizen though, as they return to their town center. He's not getting his third town center. It's very, very interesting indeed. Looks like he just wants to go straight to the next age instead. And we are seeing Hecate, an early Hecate here instead of third town center is going to be a really strong choice for him, because now he can move the villager over and get this town center and be in the next age and then fill up that population in a little bit different order, which gets him a little bit stronger of a power spike. And we do see that's what he's going for there as the town center is coming up. And this gold mine for Ayah has only got 1,700 gold left, so we'll see if these gold mines are possible to be grabbed as well. Hesperus tree does come in immediately for Ayah, who's also going to be going to the next stage as soon as he possibly can. We're seeing the market getting thrown up as fast as humanly possible. So that'll be huge. Because they're both gonna make it to the Mythic Age of, well, not the same time, but obviously GreenSeaSquash is going to be a little bit in front. But the timing push is all going to be up to Ayah here to get this damage done. Otherwise, we're going into a pretty long game, I think. Stymphalian Bird scouting around, bringing GreenSeaSquash's army into here. Nice little micro there. I don't think Ayah really wants to be fighting this. He's kind of happy to sit here, but I'm not sure. And there's the Hecate. Oh, he doesn't get it down. He has to send more units in. Another Turbo coming in. He's going to just pop it down over here, maybe. If he can, or on top of the temple. Oh, no, on top of the temple. There's the Tartarian gate. Ayah, on the other hand, 70% to the next stage. This Tartarian gate does not look like it's going to be doing all too much damage either. It's not really pushing villagers off any resource in particular. Would have liked to have seen it a little bit further to this gold mine over here, or maybe over here would have been optimal to hit 3 gold mines at once. But he does not do that. Still pushing forward. And we see a Murmillo sneaking forward to throw up maybe an even more optimal. No. He's looking for somewhere. I mean, onto this. If you can pick up both of these military buildings, maybe, or come over here and hit the palace, or these two. I don't know. There's not really that many good locations here. GreenSeaSquash's economy is spread pretty well. Meanwhile, this Tartarian gate is now going to be taking down the temple as well. It is doing some good damage. These Stymphalian birds can kind of just sit here and pick off Tartarian spawns as they come out as well as an option. And now we're seeing GreenSeaSquash maneuvering around, and he's probably going to realize there's a wall over here as his units are just running straight through here. There is a gap here, I think, so they will be able to make their way through, but some will be coming around the long way. Another palace coming up for Ayah right now. Murmillo have spotted the gold mine operation up in the top corner of the land. But it does get chased down by the destroyer, who does pick him off. And still looking for some gold here. GreenSeaSquash he knows that there's gold mine here. He knows that it's here. There's no units around to really defend it currently. And just letting this, this Tartarian gate do what it wants. We just sent like 5 destroyers over there, and I think that would kill it. I'm not sure. Not 100% sure, but we're seeing GreenSeaSquash retreating now. Not willing to go onto this gold mine that has 12 citizen on it. It's got 1,300 gold in the bank. GreenSeaSquash, on the other hand, lost a man. You have to kind of focus down the Tartarian gate a little bit with the town center. It's a long process, but you will kill it. Anyways, Tartarian spawn even going after some of the farms over here. So they've made their way around. But I still can't believe he hasn't set these destroyers back. They just send them over there and you kill that off really easily. Meanwhile, the pressure is now going to be onto GreenSeaSquash from Franco. Or Ayah, I keep on saying Franco. Hey, thank you so much for the tier 1. Ties Gurang Fakel. Appreciate that, man. Welcome, welcome.
Go pause.
And the town center, I mean, it's still not doing anything. It's like town center's actually going to fall to like one Tartarian spawn just continuously popping out over here. And there's the GG from GreenSeaSquash. He's decided that he cannot get a foothold on this game anymore. I don't think he was out of it here. I don't think he was out of it at all. I just think he didn't decide to kill the Tartarian gate. Big question mark on that one. Big question mark indeed. But well played by Ayah, who managed to take this game number 2 and even the series 1-1. So that's cool. A super interesting map though. I wouldn't mind seeing this Midgard come back. I wouldn't mind it, but I'm not sure everyone else would like it either. Not sure at all. Anyways, we'll move on to game number 3 very shortly. Thank you all for hanging out with me.